I'm just very choosy on what I'm doing because people are expecting something different out of me. So I want to surprise the audience in every film. So when Saaho came up, and it's my first trilingual film, first opportunity to get into Bollywood as well. Mafia, again, it's a very interesting script. A lovely director, Karthik Naren.
Hi sir, welcome to Film Companion South.
Hi.
Saaho is the biggest Indian film of the year, probably one of the 3 biggest films that's coming out of Southeast Asia. But you yourself have had a very successful year, and one of the biggest Tamil hits of this year has been one of your films. So when you get approached to do a film like Saaho, where you're not really playing the solo hero, what is going through your mind? Is it too good, too irresistible a film to miss out on?
Of course, it's a huge film,
Yeah.
and the scale of the film is so huge, and it had an ensemble cast as well. You know, so many stars in it, so many actors playing roles. So I always have it's a challenge when so many stars are there and to make your presence felt. So it happened in CCV and the same kind in Manisha's film. So I think it was something which actually, when I heard the script, and it was I liked the idea, the vision of Sujit. So I thought this film is going to be an experience, and being a part of it is something I think we all should be, all the actors should be proud about, because of course we always say that one film we should go to the Hollywood standards. A film should be in that standard and all that stuff. But when when we are in a film like that and working together with them was something really nice.
So let's say you're listening to 2 scripts. One is a film where you're going to be the solo hero, and the other is a film where you're going to be a part of an ensemble cast. What is your choosing priorities? Is it very different for both?
See, first of all, it should excite me. The character should excite me, and of course, what kind of a film it's going to be. I look into that. So something which is challenging, I would immediately take it up. But this after Yennai Arindhaal, I had a lot of offers from Telugu as well, because Endavadugani was dubbed. Yennai Arindhaal was dubbed in Telugu, and there was a reach there. But I was waiting for the right film. So when Saaho came up, and it's my first trilingual film, and first opportunity to get into Bollywood as well. So speaking Hindi was a challenge for me, because I'm nowhere, nowhere close to the language. Just few words here and there is when match up with that. But when this came up, I thought, okay, let me take it up and do it. It was a challenge. So in that way, I think Saaho really excited me, and that's how I look at it. So the character should excite me, even if it's going to be a solo hero film, where the script should have some connect to the audience, and what am I going to do in that? So that's going to be my first priority. The script should be my first priority. The same way, Saaho had a lovely script, and the excitement was again such a huge film, and my stepping into Bollywood as well. So I said yes.
Okay, let me put it this way: which is more stressful for you, when the film is completely on your shoulders, or when it's shared by a few other people?
Of course, it's going to be when it's on my shoulders. Yeah, of course, because you take the whole responsibility, and of course, that's more. You have more responsibility on yourself. But doing an ensemble cast, again, you shouldn't feel insecure of yourself. You should be very confident in what you're doing. And again, you have to prove your presence there. The audience should feel your presence in the film. So that's also something challenging. But of course, the pressure is more on doing solo films. Yeah, of course.
Do you also feel you get more interesting characters when you're being cast in an ensemble film? Because let's say you're the solo hero of a film, you might not always get a really like a beautiful negative shade, or a totally different crazy shade, for instance. Are you getting more of those kind of variety when you're being offered films like CCV, or like Saaho, for instance?
There are varieties when you go into an ensemble, but again, it's nice to work with good actors around. So you get the best out of you. It always makes you when we're working. When I was doing CCV, you had Arun Vijay on one side, you were having Vijay Sethupathi, we had Prakash Raj, we had Jyotika. So the whole Simbu on one side. So it's so nice, and you'll give your best. Subconsciously, you will want to give your best. Okay, so I think in that way, it helps as an actor to again explore yourself and reach to the next thing. I think that helps in building up your confidence as well. So I think it's interesting when an ensemble cast, as you said, some of the characters you can't play completely in a film. Where something like this comes up, it's very irresistible.
So you're right now in such a position where you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting those hero films, and you're getting those films where you're surrounded by great actors, and where you have to really up your game as far as acting is concerned.
Yeah, see, completely. I don't take everything which comes up. I'm very, very choosy, and as I said, something should excite me in taking up. If I would have gone in that zone of, okay, let me play something which is different, or like, I don't take it like that, because I have a lot of other things to prove here as well, because I've not explored as much as the other actors have done. So I have still more to prove and still more to explore. So there's a lot of things like that. But now and then, if something like this comes up, and if it really excites me, I want to take it up. But I'm not going to parallelly do one like this, one like that. It's not going to be like that. But it should really, the script should excite me. So that's the whole point. And then the character again. So it all depends.
So what is number one priority?
Priority, of course, the way things are shaping up and happening. I think after Kucham 23, Tadam, CCV, and again now Mafia. So I have a lineup. So I want to take up that pressure, take the responsibility on my shoulder. That's actually more interesting, because in all aspects you look at a film. You're just not alone. Just go play your character and come. It's who's going to be in it, how we're going to design the project. From there, we work. So it's something nice when you're in so much pressure, and you give your best, and when that really works, that content is completely different, and that's what gives an high to an actor. So for me, I think that's more interesting and exciting for me.
But are you being particularly choosy? Because I think your last film released a few months ago, and then it's going to take some more time for your next solo film to release. Is that the master plan, to kind of slow it down and to choose?
Of course, because if you want to give a quality film, and if you want to really, I think I take it one at a time. So I can't multitask, like do 3 films at a time. Like I've not done that even in my earlier stages, and now after all this success, I wanted to be more cautious and more careful on what I'm doing. So I think that helps me to focus when I'm doing one character. Let me take that time and do, because as the positive response from the audience and the success they're giving me, I think it's given me more responsibility to just focus on whatever I'm doing. So I don't mind giving that time, because I think a project will need our time in it, right? So that's it's a cautious decision which I've done. I don't want to rush up things, but I'm just very choosy on what I'm doing, because people are expecting something different out of me. So I want to surprise the audience in every film, and I think that I'll continue doing that.
Another thing, when we talk about a film like Saaho, I think the term is assembling a cast. It's not really a casting process or a casting director. You're assembling a cast where you're getting like the Avengers. You're getting one big person from every industry to come together to make the film much bigger. So we've got Lal from Malayalam, we've got you from Tamil, we've got Shraddha Kapoor, who's a pan-India star. What do you think about this whole idea?
No, that's actually good, right? So when you're investing so much of money in it, I think when it's going to be released in all 4 languages, and it's something nice that even you have a star from each part, which actually will excite the audience here as well. So it'll be an initial, eye catcher, what I say. But if the content is good everywhere, I think it'll, because Bahubali, after Bahubali, Prabhas was all over.
Of course.
So that's but this is an added advantage for them. So I think it's a nice thing, and it's nice to work with stars from across the industries. It is wonderful for us as well, and for the film as well. I think it will help the film as well.
So when you say a trilingual, even though you have to originally, I mean, you only dubbed in Tamil, right? So you have to record all your scenes 3 times?
Yes.
Oh God, how did you manage that? And were the performances very different in each language?
Yeah, Hindi was a little different, because In Telugu, it was sometimes it'll be short. In Hindi, the dialogue's a little long. I'll ask what's the difference? No, there you have to add on these words and say. And as I said, I was like worked a lot on getting the lines right. I didn't want to goof up there because it's being an actor coming from here, they really look upon you. All the North Indian actors, they really have huge respect to South Indian actors. The way we are dedicated and all that stuff. So I made sure that I gave my best and made sure my lines were right. And it was a nice experience, you know. First, Sujit just asked me, sir, which one you want to do? I said, Hindi, I'll do Hindi first because that's the one which I was
the toughest.
toughest one. So I'll give my shot there. So he'll say, so superb. And I think after a day only, Mandra Bedi ma'am knew that I didn't know Hindi at all. You know, so she said, "Are you sure?" So really, ma'am, I don't know. Then how come? I said, I worked for it. I prepared myself and I memorized the lines. This is very nice. The appreciation is really nice. So I really loved doing it, and it was fun. And giving the same expressions again, it's a little tiring though, but it was fun.
Let's go back a little bit. So I've been following your, career for so many years. But then something for all of us, something really exciting happened after Yennai Arindhaal, and you become this really exciting star and actor that we look forward to with every film. Can you tell us a little more than the technical side? Can you tell us about what happened to you at that time and what has changed in your career in such a way that everything is different now?
I needed a director who could just tap the untapped version in me. You know, I had to have a director to actually get something out of me, which is actually many of them couldn't do it. So after Taderataka was one film which was very well noticed and very well appreciated by the audience, and the graph actually increased there. And that's when Gautam sir watched the performance there, and he said that Arun could do much more. So then I was offered Yennai Arindhaal. But that was a very crucial decision in my life because, again, I haven't done a negative role till then. And you know, they take typecast here and all that stuff. Now, what if something goes wrong? And then again, I have to go from square one. So that's all was running in my mind. But the confidence Gautam sir had in me, and playing opposite Ajit sir was like, it's something, you know, to match his screen presence was something really challenging. And I had to really work for it and gave it a shot. I gave my, not 100%, 200% of mine. So I gave what all I had. And that worked, and I needed that reach. The visibility was there in that film. Oh yeah, he is there, he's back. So did he have so much in him? So that's the reaction people had, and it was a surprise package, that film. So from there onwards, people started liking me, and they wanted some more, to see some more of me. And that's when I was really, and few people said that after that it's going to be typecasted or there are going to be a lot of roles like that. But I didn't.
Overcame that.
I just overcame that, and I didn't take any random film like that. But next one was a cop film, Kutram 23. Again, that was a blockbuster as well. So I was like, oh, fine. So that gave me a lot of confidence. Okay, so an actor, people start liking him, not the image, you know. So the way you perform, there's no particular image. I don't want to brand myself in a particular image. So no, I have this image. I can't do this, not do that. An actor should, you know, connect with the audience, and you know, when you're liked by them, I think you should just go with the flow and give it a shot. So that gave me a lot of confidence selecting different scripts and doing different characters. When I play the protagonist, I want to do something different, and even in the script wise. So now and then they've been continuously supporting whatever I did. So I'm really happy about that.
So what is it like until that time when you did Taderataka and then Yennai Arindhaal? So you were this really talented actor with all these abilities that was just not being used, is it? Do you think that was the case?
Yes, of course. First of all, I didn't realize my strength.
You yourself started thinking, I can only do so much.
No, I didn't push myself.
Okay.
Maybe that's the reason. I didn't push myself. I didn't push my limits. So I think the films after that, maybe Thadera Thaka and Yennai Arindhaal, I realized that I should push myself, and that's when things happened. So when you think out of the box and try to do something different, and when you give your best, things work. So I think that's an eye opener for me, because this Ajit sir already told me. Arun, I did Wali, and that was totally a game changer. So you should do something like that and try, because when you just don't stick on to this monotonous typecasted films and think, oh, this only is going to let me reach there, and this A class, B class, C class. You don't segregate that. Just do something different and just go with it. So that's when I realized, okay, maybe I should do something different, and then this happened. And from there, I think I'm on the track.
Is it something that happens internally, or does somebody have to come and tell you that you are more than what you think you are?
See, it should happen internally.
That happen internally.
That should happen internally, and the things I've faced, the things all have taught me a lot of things. So I think I've grown, matured through years. So as you said, my journey was taught me a lot, and I think now as an actor, I've matured, and my looking at films now are different. So my selection of films are different. So I think all that will happen internally and through time, and the pain I went through. So I think everything has taught me a lot.
Is that why you're using the word cautious when you're talking about script selection? Because somewhere you don't want to go back into a rut.
I don't want to, because I have made mistakes. Yes, of course. I've trusted on few scripts, and I thought, okay, this and that, but it didn't work. Maybe a lot of reasons are there. The right time of release wasn't there. The publicity wasn't there, and stuff like that. But I believed in certain films, and yeah, of course, certain films did really well, and certain films which I really believed didn't do because the release wasn't proper. Like Jananam, one film which I really slogged. Nearly 2.5 years I was like with my short hair and that beard and with that physique. But it took 2.5 years to release, and every day I just go stand outside the lab. Today is going to release. Every week I'll be there. So all that stage was actually taught me a lot. And now I think I have matured as a person and as an actor. So I just want to keep continuing that.
So even when somebody comes and tells you a script that seems very challenging, very out of the box, how do you approach it now compared to, let's say, if that would have come to you maybe 15 years back? Is it like, do you have that confidence that I can do it? It's going to be tough, but I can do it? Or is it like, okay, let me think about it, I need to plan?
No. Now, see, I solely decide what I want. So of course, there will be suggestions given by many. Maybe if someone else is also listening to the script, maybe the suggestions I will take, but the final call is mine. So now I'm more confident in selecting scripts, and if something is out of the box, I know people are ready to receive if you give a good film, and with the right mix, and it should be engaging, and people's mindset is totally different. They don't see that particular formula films, or they need this, or they need the song there, or they need some duet here or something. It's nothing like that. So if it's something out of the box, I'm ready to get in, and it's given me so much of confidence. That's what I said. If it's going to be like 10-15 years back, I would have got scared. No, the success which they have given me, I think it's given me more confidence to take up and okay, we can do it, and let's do it. So I think that's the thing which the more confidence has been there after the success of all my films right now.
So what do you think, like, not in terms of money or the box office or something like that, when you look at yourself, like when you look at these last 20 years, 25 years, personally, what do you think was that one moment where everything changed and completely like changed everything in your life? That one decision or that one moment where,
Of course, it was Yennai Arindhaal, the one where I said okay to an anti-role, and so I think that decision was something which was purely mine, and it was very spontaneous. As soon as because I needed some director to handle me like that, like a Gautam Menon. Being an antagonist or a protagonist doesn't matter. I just wanted to just be in his film. I know that he will deliver what he wanted. Then I could deliver it. That's what I felt, and all happened at that time.
I'm also getting the sense that at least before this phase, there was somebody else who was also making the decisions for you. Is there anything like that? or somebody was confusing you with what films you should choose or something like that?
It's not that in my beginning stage, of course, my dad doesn't interfere at all. I used to make my decisions, but of course, they were like huge producers. Like few films I did, like they did a couple of hit films, and then they did film with me, and they come and say, "Sir, if your looks is like this, it'll be nice. You do this, you do that." So I was a little confused because I whether to listen to them or not. So I actually went blindly or listening to them. But now when I look back and say, oh my God, why did I do that? You know, it's things like that was there. But after a point, I realized, no, Arun, come on. So I used to be very, I separate myself and sit in silence and just think, what's going on? Where am I going wrong? So all that helped me, you know. So hitting the gym was one of my let out. You know, I used to give my frustration there, and actually that helped me. Physical strength actually pushed my mental strength as well. So both was like literally hand in hand, which helped me to overcome the whole.
So is there a tip that you would like to give an actor who's in his 20s, who's like deciding what film to do next and things like that? When all this is happening, it's a very complicated time, right? Is there any tip you would like to give an actor like that?
Don't worry about failures or don't worry about rejection. Just keep working, and you be sincere to what you're doing, and I'm sure that will pay off. Be sincere, give your best, give your hard work, put in your efforts. One day it's going to pay you off. And so when you lose hope and when the day comes, you won't be ready and you can't take that. So that's a lot of people things happen like that. So I was ready all time. So I made myself fit. I was fit. I made myself, you know, mentally even fresh. Not on one point I felt dejected. I've been self-motivating myself. My family was a big support. My mom was a big support. 100 people may say something, but when people like that, my friends, my fans, my well-wishers who were there were like literally saying, no, you've got something, you can do it. So there are people like that. So be around positive people. Just ignore all the negative stuff. Just stay positive. I think that is a huge vibe where you can do what you want to.
Also, as a last question, you're also currently working on two very exciting films that all of us are kind of looking forward to. What can you tell us about those two, Mafia and Boxer?
Mafia, again, it's a very interesting script and a lovely director, Karthik Narain, a youngster, young chap. First film was like I was mind blown with this guy with so much talent. So I was looking forward for his next film, but it took some time, and then all of a sudden he came to me with a script, and I was all excited because this guy is so clear, really knows what he wants, and even the script was all edited version. There's not even one shot which is unnecessary in the script, and he's a director who doesn't we'll just take this and keep, maybe in the edit we can, it may be required. No, he's very, very clear and wonderful. We just started and we worked day and night. We had multi-camera setups and we had a huge production company to support us. Karthik said, "Sir, can we go on at a stretch?" I said, "Yeah, we'll go, no problem." So day and night, all were like, working like in our toes. So seeing these guys, the whole team is a young team. It was wonderful working with him. I think it's a very interesting plot. The way of his its writing is totally different. His narration and his, I think when you see the film, you'll understand the way he has brought it out. And there are a lot of surprises in the film, so I don't want to reveal anything. And it'll be an interesting film after Tadam for me. And of course, Boxers, again, it's very close to me because it's a sports film, but it's fully action. And it's got a lot of emotional connect and a lot of transformation in the film. So it'll take time.
Physical transformation.
Physical transformation in the film. So I have to sit with the producers and we have to design it in such a way that it takes off and finishes at this time, and I need that break, and again I have to take off. So I have to sit with them and then work on it. So that's going to be a huge process again. But as I said, that excites me, and even if it takes time, because you can't, often get a script like that. So this script really excited me. So all the scripts are in different zone and different genre. So I'm really looking forward to both the films. And of course, again, I might work with Magir Tirumeni again, and I have my Kutramiru with Mona Arivaragan
Yeah.
with a script again. So I'm looking forward. So exciting year ahead, and maybe next year. So it's good. The lineup is good. So just working towards it.
Thanks so much for speaking with us.
Thank
So
you
excited
so much.
about your future films.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Hi, this is Arun Vijay. You're watching me on Film Companion South. Like and subscribe.